everyone, welcome back. Of course, I hope you're already in for some new DIY inspiration. If you're new here and you see me for the first time, welcome. My name is Yanni and I'm doing this all about Christmas channel. I keep it short. On this channel you will find seasonal DIYs and daily decor DIYs, so enough to see. Do you want to see even more DIYs? Come on over to my description box. There you find all the links for our DIY channels, so go check it out. And if you like this content, of course, I hope you will subscribe to my channel, because subscribing doesn't cost you anything, and give me a thumbs up. Enough talking for today. I'm going to take out my tumbling tile blocks again. Of course, I hope you join me, and if you're only here for watching, of course, have fun watching. For this DIY we need our tumbling tile blocks, of course, some glue sticks, some furniture wax, some black paint, some brush, some scissors, some glue gun, of course. And if you want to know, I have my glue gun from the Lidl or Lidl, just how you call it, and he was only 17 euro. Last was he in on sale, and he was only 13 euros, similar like dollar. So if you still need one, and he is wireless, so it's very easy. And of course some wood glue. This is what we need for this DIY, and we are going to make an old-fashioned TV. So we will see how this will turn out. Now I hope I have my camera really on. I thought I did it on, but I didn't. So you see already I made one row of 9 blocks like this, and this will be the front of our TV, because we are going to make an old-fashioned TV just for decoration for in your home. So we will see how this will turn out. The probably where we get troubles will be not the front or the back, but where I get my problems probably will be the sides. But we will do it time step by step, and we will see how this will goes. So we are going to do 3 rows of 3, but on the tops. This one we did on the sides like this, and this one will be on the top, and another one like this on the top. So we have already 1 of 3 like this. You see, this is what I mean, just 3 pieces, and we are going to make another 2, and this is so easy to make. So that's what I say. I really hope my camera was on this time, because I was talking to you, I had whole stories, and you are so happy that you didn't hear it. Because you always hear me talking, and not everyone enjoys it. So this is 2, and now we're going to number 3. Like this. And I thought, I always loved old-fashioned TV, so I was thinking maybe I can make one from this kind of blocks, but of course always with our own twist on it, like this. And this is number 3. And now we're going to make our front together. We will use this as a side panel, so like this way, and you probably imagine that you turn it over. I'm going to glue it over here, I'm going to glue 1 over here, and I'm going to glue 1 over here like this. So first what I'm going to do some glue on this side and glue it together like this. Squeeze it and press it down, and we're going to do this one. Of course I need a new glue stick like this, and we are going to place it against the top and squeeze it and press it down. You see already, now we move it off our table, and now we're going to glue this. And you see already, one is shorter than the other one, you see, like this. And if you see this way, there everything is even and straight. So I don't know how is this possible, but it is it is what it is. So I have to work with it to get it even. I probably will bend over this one a little bit more like this to get it fitting. I got it finally fitting, and you see here he is fitting, but it is, the blocks are always different measurements, and that's what you have the same problems, I have the same problems, so we are in this together. So I did get it fitting, just break one of the pieces off. I just remove the glue again, and I placed it a little bit more down like this, and now he's really fitting. So it is a little bit of work, but just you at the end you will come there. Just like me, I am coming there also, but it is sometimes a problem. What we're going to do right now, we are going to lay this beside the front. Is already so far finished for the base. we are taking a lot of blocks because we are going to make right now the back side, and the back side will be very easy. We are just going to make a row of 9, and I see my glue is already finishing. He's already stopped, so he's not into it anymore. He thinks so many blocks, we are not going to do it. So he did go out, so I'm going to warm it up. And yes, he is also again part of the party. He is also warmed up, and I'm going to do this side. So we're going to make a row of 9, and we are not going to make 1 row of 9, we are going to make 4 rows of 9, because we need the back side. And we are going to, when we have 4 rows of 9, we are going to also make 1 of 3 like this. This is number 4. So I'm doing 1 together with you, but of course the rest you can do much faster than without me. So I'm going to do again, this is already number 3, 6, and now we only need 3 pieces like this. Again, the same like we did with the front. Press it down, and again almost the last one like this. 3, 4, 6, and the last I didn't miscount, so like this. So you see, we already have again 1 row of 9, and we are going to make 4 of them. So, but I do it a little bit faster. You see, I have my 4 pieces of 9, and I have 1 piece of 3, but I like to sit the same like we did on the front side of the TV. We are going to lay this aside, and we are going to figure out which sides of the blocks are fitting the best. Sometimes you have to turn around it and look which one is better. So I am going to figure out a little bit, and then we're going to glue it together with some easy wood glue. This is how the back side will be. I turn it over this way, this way, and this is fitting the best I can. So I'm going to take my wood glue, and of course I'm going to make a line with my glue. Of course you can use also, I think yes, E6000 and that kind of thing. So just go ahead, use the glue you want, and you also can use the glue of your glue gun. It doesn't matter, but I'm going to go for this one. And of course I'm going to place it and squeeze it like this and hold it in place for a little moment. And so I go on and on and on until we glued everything together. And then I let it dry for at least an hour. In the meantime, while our back side is drying, we are going to make the sides, 4 sides, and we are going to make 14 pieces of 4 blocks together, like this. We make them flat, and of course this is number 3, and I hope you have the time. So 14 pieces is a lot to show you, but no, just kidding. I just do it a little bit faster, so don't worry, it doesn't take so much of your time. So this will be a package of 4 like this, and this one will be 14 times. So I'm going to do the 14 pieces. And here they are, all 14 pieces of 4. So it's a little, little task, and it takes you, I think for this TV we need 2 packages of blocks. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make 2 rows of 4 and 2 rows of 3. So just very easy, lay them next to each other and flat on your space, and just do some wood glue or any glue in between, and make 2 of 4 and 2 of 3 like this. Our pieces are glued together, like I said, 2 from 4 and 2 of 3. What we're going to now, before we're going to glue it on the back side and the front side of the television, we are going to first glue the sides together like this. Just make a very simple square. So we do this one in the front and this one on the side like this, and the other one of course in between. So I make a nice, almost a square, not totally, but almost a square. This is what I mean. I did just some glue on this corner, some glue on this corner, on this one and this one. So on the pieces with 3 of 4, and I place them against my paint cans, and of course I place this one in between, and now I let it dry for at least 1.5 hours, because I want to be sure that it is really dry before I'm going to glue it on top of the back side and the front side of the TV. So we will see how this will turn out. Our pieces are almost dry, but I want to totally let it dry. So I'm going to go already put the 3 pieces together. That's the bottom, the front, and of course the midden piece. You will see it in a moment. We just glue together. So I'm going to go with my wood glue, and I'm going to do some glue on this side, so around here like this. And of course I just go over the lines like here, and of course it is probably a little bit too much glue, but I always say I work later the glue away. I have rather a little bit too much than too less, then he will fall apart. So we don't like that our DIYs are falling apart, so that's why I'm going to do it this way. And of course this part is a little bit lower, so it doesn't need any glue, because that wouldn't glue anyway. So I have to leave this open, and I'm going to lay this one. Of course I'm going to turn it over. You see here, this is also a part which is a little bit longer, but we work that later away when we are going to place some stands under our TV. So I hope this makes sense, but don't worry, later you will see how it's turned out. Of course, I'm going to turn over this one like this. And I have to look if I have him in the right place. And of course, I'm doing my best to get it in the middle like this, over here, and just place it at the part you want to have it, like here. And of course we have to measure out a little bit like this, and we just let it dry in for at least a little half hour. I did let it dry in for half an hour, and now I'm going to do the top like this. And again we just take some glue and do again the same like we did with the underpiece. Just do on top of here and just lay the front of the TV on here. So we are going to place this, and of course a little bit more, and I'm going to do this one. Of course is hopefully fitting, so so I'm going to glue this one all 4 sides, and now I'm going to, hopefully I have it in the middle like this, and just feel with your fingers where it needs a little bit to right or to the left, it doesn't matter, but try to get it as even as you can, like this. So I let it dry also for 1.5 hours. I'm back for a little moment because my mind was going and going and going because I see here the opening. Before I let it dry, I was thinking I really like that this one is closed on the side. You can see in here right now, and with the TV normally you can see on the side. So I was thinking, and I have 2 leftovers from my block. So this is 2 of 4, and I think I'm going to glue them together because the height is the same. And then I'm going to glue a block on top of here, and then you will see that he's totally just finishing under our TV. So first we are going to make 1 block of 8. This is just an experiment. I have no idea how this will turn out, but it just was crossing my mind. So I'm going to move it a little bit, squeeze it and press it real hard to go, and then we're going to do some blocks, of course, on here. And I think I need 1, 2, and I have to look if I don't miss one block. I have to see if I can not have 9, so I need 8 because 9 will be too small. So I think I'm going for 2 of this one and then a half block. You see here like this, and then we need a little piece of the block. So I have to show it to you this way because I am rambling about, but I am think I like that a little bit better, so you have a nice side inside of our TV. And here, this is the side panel we are going to use. And you see, this is a little bit too long, so I'm going to cut off this piece with my saw. And you can use a hand saw, you can use maybe if you have a tool, something for that. But I'm going to saw it out, and then he's totally fitting inside of our TV. So we have a nice opening of a nice side panel in our TV. And I think that looks a little bit nicer than totally open. And here you see this is how he turned out, and this is what 8 blocks and 2 blocks and a little piece of block will be the side panel. And of course the side panel is a little bit too short to glue on the top, so I'm going to glue it on the underside, but the underside is a little bit small. What I'm going to do, because it is a little bit smaller, I'm going to take 2 blocks like this, and I'm going to glue them together just to give them like this on the side. So I'm going to make 2 together. I hope I make sense, but I show it to you. That's better than I explain it in English. Like this. You see, now you have 2 together. Don't mind the brand because that you won't see it anymore. And I'm going to glue this on here. So when we're going to place it up and we do some wood glue under it, we have a bigger space to glue it on the bottom. So again, I'm going to do some glue over here, like here, and I'm going to place it on the side like this, and just squeeze it and press it down like this. So we have a nice little stand, so he can stand on his own, and we have a little more space to glue on. What I'm going to do, I am going to lay my TV on top of here, just like this, over here. And you can see it, I show it to you maybe a little bit, I'm sorry, I really, you were very dizzy. You see, you can see inside of the space right now. And what I'm going to do, I'm doing some glue over here, and then I'm going to place it under there and just move it just under the piece so we get a nice side panel. But first I have to glue, and then I hope it does work the way I have it in my head. But you never know with me, it's always chaos, especially in my head. So we will see how this will turn out. Just some glue over here and some glue over here, like this, because we also remove a little bit of the glue because we are going to push it aside. So I'm going to, before I'm going to push it straight up, of course I am trying to get it already as much as the on his place that I can get, and like this. And now I'm going to feel a little bit where I need to be, and I have to show that I have it in a straight line like this. And now I'm going to let it dry, and you see now we have a closed middle piece. And how easy was it? Just a couple of blocks and you just make it a side panel of it. So I'm sorry that I made you dizzy, I really am sorry, but this was the way I think you probably would have seen how I made it. And here you see already how our TV is glued together. And you see that we have also the panel inside, like the, I have to show it a little bit better, a little bit better. And it was so easy to make. Of course, I should have done it earlier, but this works also fine because he's very easy to get inside. And now we have a nice space to give later a display. Of course, this looks like a big box, but we are going to try to turn it into a television. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try now to give them some legs. And of course, the legs will be also a little bit old-fashioned because it is an I try to make an old TV, so at least my TV, so he doesn't have to look like a TV, you know, but it is a little bit like a decorative TV. So I'm going to make from tumbling tile block his feet. I did lay away my TV. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take 4 blocks. Of course, we need 16 blocks because we have 4 feet, but I show you one of the blocks example, at least what you, and you can use also some wood glue, but this time I'm going to do the legs with some glue of my glue gun, but of course choose any glue you like. And I'm just going to do some glue over here and place one on top of here like this, squeeze it and press it down, and we're going to do this one. And of course it doesn't have to be so many glue inside, and just place it also inside and squeeze it together like this. And now we're going to glue these two together like this, and just in between like this, and then place them together like this and squeeze again. Now you already have 1 feet, and of course we don't leave it this way because this would be just a block block under it. So we are going to work with it in a moment, but we are going to make 4 of this one. You see, just 4 on top of each other like this. All 4 of the legs are finished. At least I call them I call them legs, or I don't know, stands, what you call it. I'm going to take 1 block and I'm going to measure out from this corner, corner until I think 2.5 centimeters like here, and then I make a line over here because I want to cut off with my saw a little piece of the top of our thing. I show it to you in a moment. This is a little bit better than I explain it to you in English. So I'm going to take 2.5 centimeters like this, and I'm just make a line over here. I think I have 2, and then we're going to go from this corner to the line we just made, and I'm just going to show it to you in a moment so you can see it better like this. You see already just a sideways, and this one is 2.5 centimeters and just go around the corner. So I'm going to cut off this piece of the stand so he stands a little bit yeah, not totally straight, but because also else you have a leg like this, but it looks a little bit more like this, and I like it better. But if you have another way, if maybe you can use 4 beads under it, or bigger beads, you could also place them under it. And if you like just the shape like this, you also can do a nice block like this. And if you don't have a saw, this is fine also. And you even can do, if you make a couple of them on top of each other like this, you also can make it one stand under the TV on one side, one over on the front, and one on the back on this side. Then you also have a nice stand. So you have a lot of possibilities. So go ahead and do whatever you think is right. I will measure out all of them, and then I'm going to cut out and we're going to glue them. And here are our 4 legs we just saw out, and I just use my jigsaw, but of course you also can use a hand saw. But like I said earlier, you can make the feet any way you like. Before I'm going to glue them under here, I'm going to paint them in the black color, but choose any color you like. But I use a very simple brand of schoolboard paint because it gives a nice matte finish. But before I'm going to do that, I'm also going to paint the top. I'm going to use some styrofoam ball like this. I showed you a little bit closer, and I'm going to cut off a little piece of the like this side, but I showed it to you in a moment. And also 2 little pieces of dowel, and of course you can, I use this piece of dowel, but you can use kind of wire of maybe some rope with some wire inside of it, or maybe just some toothpicks of anything which is at least a little bit round, before we're going to use it as our tops of our TV. I don't know how you call it in English. We in the Netherlands, we call it antenne. So I don't know how you call the top in English. I have to look it up. of course, but a lot of you always given me also the English word, and so I can learn also a lot of my words from you. So this will be black, this will be black, and this will be black. So I'm going to paint it. You see already I have my messy placemat under my pieces because I like to, I make always a lot of mess with my with my painting. So, and before I am going to paint the pieces I just told you, I almost forgot to tell you that we need 3 of the lids of our water bottles like this. This is just a very simple bottle. You can choose any bottle you like. Just make 3 of them, and we are going to make them also in the black color because we need them as our knobs on the side of our TV. So also 3 of this one. So this will be black in a moment. In the meantime, while our other pieces are drying from the black color, I'm going to get my furniture wax and I'm going to make the box of the TV also in some furniture wax so he can dry also. I always love to dry my wax so it gives a little bit more time to suck it in into the wood. So it's very easy, just I like I always say, very cheap brand. And you can use, of course, any color you like. If you like another color, it's also fine. Do whatever you think is right for your decor. I like the rustic look, so I'm going to do the whole box. And then we are almost ready to put everything together. My TV is in the furniture wax. I turned it upside down and I'm going to glue the feet on top of here. Of course, I didn't paint the inside of the feet because they will be over here like this. And of course, I have to do it the other way because or else our feet will be on on the wrong side of our TV like this. And I'm going to glue this one over here and this one over here, and they are totally fitting inside of the blocks we use. So I have a nice measurement how I want to have them. So I'm going to do some wood glue on top of our, because I want to make sure that they don't fall off, and it takes a little bit more of your time to glue them, but I think at the end it looks a little bit nicer and it is more sturdy. So I'm going to glue it on top of it, lay it down over here and do all of them on the same block. This one over here, this one over here, and I will glue them, all 4 of them, and then I let it dry for at least 1.5 hours. Our feet of our TV are drying right now, and like I said, I do it 1.5 hours. Now we get a little bit of the tricky part because this is our styrofoam ball, and I need to, before I finish it off with some other layer of black paint, I have to make little holes in here just to give them our little TV points like this. So I am really curious if he doesn't fall apart. So I take my knife again and I'm just going to look where I think maybe one over here like this, and I'm going to do one in the opposite direction. And you see already he's not totally dry yet, but I am doing this on purpose because I want to give it a second layer of my black paint. So I'm going to squeeze, and at least I'm trying to squeeze my little dowel inside. I hope I have enough room like this to get it inside. Of course, we have to get a little piece out of here and just squeeze our dowel in like this. And of course, I will do the both of them. It was a little bit of a task. You see already my messy hands, of course, like always. And I made 2 little holes in it. And you see already, that's why I also show it to you. Nothing goes perfect. Sometimes the hole is a little bit too wide, but we are going to fix that. And of course, this one is a little bit better. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do some glue on the ends of our dowel, like this, on the top. And of course on the sides we are going to do some glue, and we are going to stick it inside of the little hole like this and keep it in place for a little moment. until it is dried up. And then I hope he sticks he sticks in there. But you never know with DIY. Most of the time it goes right, but sometimes it's going wrong. So I need some little can to hold it because he is now a little bit heavier on one side. Again, we are going to do some glue over here, and we are going to do some on the end and do a little bit more than you probably you would used to. And again, just squeeze it inside like here and just poke it the same and keep it in place for a little moment until it's dry. And it is glue from your glue gun, so it dries very fast like this. And you see, now you already have the, like we say here, the antennas of your TV. So I still have to look it up because I don't even know the English word right now. And I'm going to take my black paint again, and I'm going to paint everything in a second layer of paint. You see already our legs of our TV are drying and almost dried up. What I'm going to do, I'm going to lay it down, and I'm going to make from my 3 lids of our water bottles, I'm going to lay them over here so we have a nice little in between, like we have knobs to do the volume or something, or the program you want to see. So I'm going to do some glue under the tops like this, but I try to do it as much as I can on the inside of the lid, because I don't want to see as less as possible from our little glue, because the bad thing about the glue of the glue gun, it always gives a thicker and a wider look, so you don't want to mess too much with our glue. So try to keep it in on the inside of our little lid. So it is a little bit takes of your time to, but do it very carefully because you won't have a nice look. Of course, I have to lay it over here like this. And now we are going to do this one in the middle. And again, around the sides, but as much as we can on it, or just, and we are going to place it over here like this and squeeze it. And now we already have our, and we have to move away. You see here I have messed up a little bit of the glue because I didn't have it in the middle. So I'm going to take a little point of the knife and I'm going to work it away. Or maybe you can also do it with some scissors like here and just work away the little piece of glue. So, and I will remove it, and then we're going to do the top. So now we have our legs, we have our volume little buttons, and of course now we all need, and I looked it up, it is a television antenna, you call it, I think, in English, if I'm correct. At least that's what Google is saying. So I'm going to glue this one on top of here, and then our TV, the base is finished, but we are going to decorate it, and I'm going to show you 2 ways for decoration for the season. Of course, one for the Christmas. We are a Christmas channel, of course, and I'm going to show you one for probably the spring or Easter season. I just wanted to show you also how the base is looking right now with his antennas, of course, on the top of it. And I am really happy how the base is turned out. For now, I'm going to show you my first inspiration. So I placed you a little bit closer so you can see a little bit better inside of the TV. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to give you first a Christmas impression, how easy it is with 3 pieces, some greenery, 2 owls, and also some berries, of course, sorry, 4, and a little piece of snow blankets. We will see how this will turn out. I always try to make it as easy as I can, because I can go all the way with my displays, because I love making displays. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place our little owls inside of our TV, a little bit like this, and this one a little bit over here. Now we're going to place some little pieces of our Christmas greenery. You can choose any greenery you like. Of course, you can place it on this side, you can place it some on the back side, and like this, and just bend it a little bit like this. I'm going to do it on the sides. And normally what I do always with my figurines is most of the time I glue them inside, so this then you can work better around it, because now they can fall any way they want. So that's not most of the time what I like. So mostly I just glue them glue them on the space where I want to have them, like this. And you see, we have to see his face a little bit. I say a lot of little bits, sorry about that. Just ignore it, I always say. And we are going to squeeze this one inside, and I have to lift this one up and let it come a little bit out of the TV, because you want to have a little bit more dimension about it, like this. Now we already in a little piece over here, because we have an open gap, like this. Now we already have some greenery inside, and now we are going to get some berries, and not too much berry because red is a very heavy color. So just place some berries in between, like here, and just squeeze it. And I'm going to do some over here and just work away under it, like this. Maybe some on the back side to give the back side also a little look, but try to squeeze it in, like here. And we are going to do the other side, also on the back side, and squeeze it in, like we have here. So you get already a nice red-white color. But of course we also need, and I only used, you saw me, a couple of picks. I just take a little piece of the blanket, try to open it to give a nice, the structure is a little bit better and gives a little bit more nice feeling of some snow. And just lay some little pieces of snow over your greenery, not everywhere, not too much, because or else it will be a little bit too heavy, like this. And of course you don't have to do it, it's just an inspiration, I always say. And just lay it over here and a little bit in the middle. And then you already have an nice little display. And it would be even better if you place some lights on the inside. Maybe on the top you also can do a little tea light, so you don't see it, because we have a nice line around here. I don't know how you call it. We call it in the Netherlands rand. So, but at least you have here a little space you can place a tea light. Maybe I will show it to you in a moment, and then you can choose for yourself if you like it or not. So, but I'm going to do the last pieces of our snow over here. And I think it's already more than enough, and I will place the tea light, and then you can tell me in the comments if you like it or not. And here I have my tea lights, and of course they are from IKEA, and they normally are in the creamy color. I always paint mine in the black color because I like the black color. And so you have a very easy way to make your own black tea lights. And I'm going to give it some sticky gum on the back side. Of course I turn it on first, like this. And I'm going to do some sticky gum over here on two places, so it doesn't fall off. And one on this side, and I'm going to place it in the middle on the back, and I'm trying to do it as carefully as I can. Just move your tea light a couple of times from one side to the other, so it glues a little bit better. And I think, of course, you see it now a little bit bad because my lighting is a little bit bad. And I am really happy how it's looking like, but I show it to you right now a little bit better. And here you see how fast and easy this inspiration was, and it is so nice to look like. And I am really longing for the Christmas season. I know it's only March, but I am loving the Christmas. So you see just how easy this was to make. You don't need a lot of things, so I hope you like this inspiration. Now we're going to further with the second one. And you see, we made already our TV empty. We moved out the Christmas, and we are going to take some raffia, but in the white color. But you can do any color you like. And of course, do something on the bottom like this. And just also leave a little piece coming out, because we love that it's... I think I always say it comes more to life when you also place a little bit outside of your display, like this, And of course you can get a scissor and just cut little pieces off if you want to have it a little bit more shorter on here. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to take a little piece of garland, and I made also this kind of displays with my toolbox, my bunny toolbox, and of course I have to think already really hard. The last videos I also made little displays, so if you like this, come on over to the description box and there you find more DIYs with little displays on top of it, and I always try to do them very easy, and like this. And I'm going to fold it and I'm just going to lay it inside of here like this. And now I'm going, what I'm going to do is place the two bunnies. I just have two ceramic bunnies. I think you already can hear it like this. And I'm going to place them inside of here like this. This is one. And we are going to place one over here. And of course I have to move this one a little bit before I can place this one in, like here. And do the garland a little bit down, like this. And now I'm going to take another piece of garland and I'm work my way around it, like this, on the back side of the bunny. And I'm going to go over the bunny and let it come on the back side down. And like this. And of course we have to also in this the same like I did with my Christmas arrangement. Normally I glue it down so you don't have to worry where it's going. And I'm going to do a couple of the greeneries just inside of here. Just let it come out over here. And like this. And I have to make a little bit more room so you can see it a little bit better. Now take a little piece of the white raffia because I think I like a little bit more of the white exactly in the middle between the bunnies, like this. Now I get my lavender and I have the lavender in lots of colors, and I'm going to take a little piece and I'm going to squeeze it just in the middle under the bunnies, but sideways like this. And I'm going to do this one the same, but of course also sideways, and squeeze it in so as far as you can, like this. Of course, I have to make sure that the raffia is not in the eyes of the bunny, like this. So, and now I'm just going to get some baby breath, of course a couple of them. I take one out, like this, and I'm going to place one on the back of the bunny, to give a little bit more light inside of our TV. And of course on here, and I have to work with it because the stems are really soft, so I have to make sure that he goes down like this. And we are going to do one in the front, and of course you see already he is really soft, so I have to be sure that I get it in between and squeeze it totally inside, because we don't want to see too much of the plastic. We don't like that. And now I'm going to get another piece of my lavender, take one out and take another one off. And I'm going to place one on this side on the back. And I'm going to place one on this side. And we're going to take another one and another one. And we're going to place one again also on this side and one on this side. So we have two on each side also on the back. And I think he is already very nice, only with a couple of greenery, a little raffia and some two bunnies, and you already have your own nice display. And even with it, do some lights. You can do like I did the pre-lit tea lights, but you also can do the string lights around it pre-lit. Just move the battery package behind the bunnies and just let it come out. Just do the package over here, let the string come out, decorate everything, and then work your way to the lights inside. So you see, this is already a nice display for the spring or Easter season, just how you call it. You will see it right now a little bit closer. And here you see, of course, our second inspiration. I hope you enjoy it, that I show you also the inspiration, what you can do with it. You see already the cute little bunnies inside of our TV, and I'm so happy how our TV turned out. I hope you give it a try also. And if you just love to watch, I am so happy you were here. And of course, everyone, thank you all for being here and spending a little moment of your day again together with me. If you like this DIY and you like more inspiration, come on over to our description box. There you find the link for my channel, this channel, and of course our main channel, Deco Easy. So go check it out. And for now, I wish you all a beautiful, beautiful day. And of course, I hope to see you on Saturday. Bye.